Hey guys, welcome to the video. So this is the first part of a two-part video series on how we transformed our office / junk room into a playroom for our son Nico. The first part of the video, this video is going to be more about just getting the room cleared out, setting it up, getting things hung up, and stenciling the wall, or starting to stencil the wall. And then in the next video, you will see the final touches and the end result. So make sure you tune into the second part of this video because that's when you're really going to see the magic happen. But in this video, we're going to show you how we made it all happen. So make sure you check out the links below in the description box. You'll see links to a lot of the things that you see in this video. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button to see more of my videos, and also hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. But let's get into it. First thing I did was put together Nico's activity table that he got for Christmas. Took me a little bit, and then Nico was crawling all over me and I just wasn't doing very well with it, but I got it started and then I had Polly finish it up for me. I moved the dresser out to the living room and set it up in the living room for now. I'm actually going to spray paint it. That's going to be my next project after we get this playroom done, but I just moved it out to the living room where it's going to be after it's spray painted, and I'm just leaving it there until I can get to it. This rocking chair used to be in the living room. We actually have two of them. One is up in Nico's room, and we have two of them because the first one's ottoman came damaged. So they sent us another one and told us to keep the first one. So we have one in Nico's nursery and one in the living room, but I decided to put it into the playroom because I do plan on having another baby at some point, and I think that chair is perfect to use while Nico's playing and I'm nursing or rocking the baby. So I was kind of just playing around with where everything's gonna go. I really won't know until it's all done, so I just moved things around and kind of just figured out a few different ways that I might situate the room. Nothing's set in stone yet, but here is just like a rough setup. So this painting my mom actually gave me. I love it, but I couldn't find anywhere to put it, but I think it is absolutely perfect in the playroom. After we hung up the painting, I had Polly hang up these little signs that I got from the dollar section at Target. So I was looking for something to put on this wall. I could not find anything online. So I went into Target one day with Polly, and in the dollar section, they had all these playroom decor pieces. I literally found everything I needed and everything I've been looking for, and I'm just so excited about it. So we put up these three little signs. They say imagine, adventure, explore, and I think they look great in here. This fireplace was in our apartment, our old apartment. It's super old, but it works, and it works well. So we're actually going to put it down in the basement in our home gym that Polly is finishing up. So I'm actually gonna have a video coming out about how we transformed our old gross basement into a home gym. So stay tuned for that video. In its place, I brought down Nico's cubby shelf with like the fabric drawers, and it was full of drawers because I had a lot of stuff in there when he was a newborn, but I really don't need that much now that he's a little bit older. So I brought it down and I'm only keeping 3 of the drawers in, and I think that looks really good. And I like that I have some other shelf space to put like books and different things. So I think it makes the room look a lot brighter also because of the white. So in the 3 drawers, I emptied out his downstairs diaper caddy. I put the contents of the diaper caddy into one drawer. In the other drawer, I put his washcloths and towels because his bathroom, the bathroom that we have a tub in, is downstairs. So I always have to run up and get towels from his room before I give him a bath. So this way, his towels and washcloths are down here. For the 3rd drawer, I have like sweatshirts and like his bubble vests and a couple jackets in there because I get him ready to go into his car seat downstairs. So putting them in this drawer downstairs is going to be so much easier. So that's actually an oil diffuser. I absolutely love it. I love the way it looks. I love the wicker. It's perfect for this room. I'm going to try to find it online because I really want to link it for you guys. So look for that. And I also found these clouds and they light up. For those of you that don't know, Nico's nursery theme is clouds, moons, and stars. And they were actually on this shelf up in his nursery. But now I have like less shelf space up there and I already have cloud shaped shelves. And then I have the cloud decals on the wall. So I figured it would be okay to bring them downstairs. And one of them I just used for like a bookend. The 2 other open shelves, I put 2 of Nico's most favorite toys, and the drum is Nico's #1 favorite toy, so I'm going to link that below as well as all the other toys that you see in this video. I almost wish the TV was hung a little bit lower just because the shelf, I had it up vertically up in Nico's nursery, but down here in the playroom I decided to put it horizontally, and I really like it like that for this room. But now that I see the TV, which we hung before I brought the shelf in, I realized that it probably should be a little bit lower. So let me know what you guys think of that in the comments below because I really need your help on this one. Alright, now the stenciling. So I used this French blue acrylic paint. French blue is the color. I used a 1/4 inch stenciling brush. These brushes are meant for stenciling so that the paint doesn't bleed through on the other side of the stencil. And then I used this stencil from Etsy. So I will link these all below, but I will show you guys how we use them. We tried a bunch of different techniques before we got used to how to do it and figured out how we liked it and what pattern we liked and all of that stuff. So let's get into that. Okay, so first we used the stencil the way that it came and the way it was supposed to be used. So we taped that up on the wall, Polly filled it in, but Polly is used to using a lot of paint when he paints. With stencils, you want to use as little amount of paint as possible because you have less chance of bleeding through. Your lines will be a lot cleaner, so you really want to take your time when you're filling in the lines and use as little amount of paint as possible. And that's how it looks using the stencil the way it came. But after doing it a bit that way, I decided to try another way. So I decided to skip a couple of the lines in the stencil and use the stencil to measure out the space between the lines. so the lines weren't as close as they would be in the original stencil pattern, but I just spaced them out a bit, I staggered them a bit, and this is how they turned out. Also, another tip, in between stenciling, I would stencil the line and then I'd wipe off the back of the stencil with a wet paper towel to get any excess paint off of there, and that made it easier to keep my lines clean. I also used the same wet paper towel to clean up the lines on the wall whenever the paint bled a little bit through the stencil. And also, by doing one line at a time, I realized that I did not need to tape down the stencil. I only needed to just press on it near the line that I was filling in, and it came out super clean. It was really easy to then move on to the next line, so keep that in mind also. So let me know in the comments if you guys liked the first pattern that we did, or if you like the more spread out staggered look. Let me know what your guys' opinion is on that. I'm curious to see which one you like better. So we just painted over the first stenciling, and then I just continued doing it the way I wanted to. Unfortunately, the paint pen that we used before when we were kind of trying a couple things out, that was not covered by the paint. I went over it a few times. It did not cover, so keep that in mind if you do want to use a paint pen, but I'm just going to prime that with the oil primer and then paint over it again. But this is how it turned out. I love it this way, and I think this is the way we're going to continue. But check out the next video to see. I wanted to try maybe another pattern, so I thought about painting it over. I'm not sure yet what I'll do, but I guess in the next video when it's all done, you'll know what I decided. Alright guys, that's it for part 1. Make sure you tune into part 2, which will probably come out in about a week. But in that video, I have a couple more tricks up my sleeve that you're not going to want to miss, and you'll see the unveiling of the accent wall, as well as the finished playroom. So make sure you check that out. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!